Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're good. Hello, all you beautiful peoples. I'm Manamugger Clandora, and welcome to another terrible theory. I'm doing things a little differently for this theory and the next theory that I want to put up, simply because, uh, simply because, um, I I want to have all the information like right here at my fingertips, without having to, use my phone or my tablet to look up information. I'll just have it right here. I'll just have it right here. So, in this video, I want to talk a little bit about Palworld's lore, and basically what I believe happened. What I believe happened in the past, what I think is happening currently in the present, and where I think the game is heading to. What conclusion I think the game is heading towards. And this is just my current work. This is just my current working theory. So if you guys have another theory as to how all of this, as to what happened in the past and where it's all leading to, please let me know in the comment box below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this game, on the lore of this game. It's real. I really like the lore of this game. It's really interesting to me. Um, so the Castaway Journals. There's a big debate about the Castaway Journals and whether or not it's the player or a different castaway prior to the player. I firmly believe it is the player. I firmly believe it is. This is the player. I really do believe that we are the researcher that got stranded. Here. So that's fine, and it covers the first 38 days of their stay. Um. So let's. So with that bit of information out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what happened in the past. To do that, we need to talk about Bjorn and his diary entries. So when I first read these, I thought the nuisance was some kind of pal, but no. Upon reading it again, I'm pretty sure that the nuisance he's talking about is supposed to be the player character. I'm pretty sure that's the nuisance that he keeps talking about. But that's not the only thing that he talks about. He also talks about, let's see, when was it? This was it. It was in this one. No. Where was it? The heavens shattered and we fell. It appeared suddenly. The heavens shattered and we fell disgracefully. Our kin, who once looked down upon others from the sky, fled in panic, tails between their legs. Fallen from the sky, we gathered the bewildered folk and bared our fangs against it. So this basically talks about how something came from the heavens. Something fell down from the heavens, crashed into his ancestral home, and brought down the fortress that had been their ancestral home. Absolutely destroyed their ancestral fortress. And we can even see their ancestral fortress here in the game. It is up here. Yeah, here we go. This is it. They're the home, their ancestral fortress. I looked around the island a few times. This was the only thing that actually looked like an ancestral fortress. So this had to have been it, or at the very least, a part of it. Oh boy, Oh boy, I'm starting to get drift on this controller. Dang, I'm gonna have to get a new controller. But yeah. But yeah, so this, I believe, was part of the ancestral home. Either this was the ancestral home or it was a part of it. This used to be part of a fortress, and it has since been taken over by nature. After being destroyed, it was taken over by nature. So, but it also mentions that something fell from the sky. Something fell from the sky and destroyed it. That sounds a lot like the meteors that fall, in the game. So, basically, what I have interpreted this as meaning is that something, some kind of a Xenopal fell down from the sky, destroyed their entire civilization, and they all had to band together. All the factions, their ancestors basically banded together with the faction, with the Eternal Pyre faction and the Syndicate faction, the Free Pal Alliance. Jeez, oh my God, there's so much drift. Oh jeez, PIDF, and PAL Genetic Research Unit, like all of them, and the Moonflower, like basically every single one of them were here. The ancestors of the Tower Guardians all existed here. All existed in ancient times, and they all banded together. All of them banded together in order to defeat this new threat. They all banded together in order to defeat this threat that came down from the heavens. And I believe this threat was the leader of the Xenos, like a Xeno Queen or a Xeno King. Either or, it could be either or. But I firmly believe that is what happened. So lost my train of thought. Oh, right. So I believe. So I believe after defeating it, it was defeated by. Let me see. Where is it? Was it this one? Yes. Okay. Here we go. A pair of even with the aid of a thunder dragon, a pair of celestial beings, and the wisdom of a noble paladin. So a pair of celestial beings. That I was really confused by this for a long time. The noble paladin, that one very clearly had to be either Necromus or Paldeus. It had to be one of them. And then my question was answered here at this line. The paladin, ashamed of his failure, split himself into two. So that 100%, that 100%, that 100% told me that it was both of them. And then the pair of celestial beings, determined not to let it escape, shroud the island in an unending winter night. So that tells me that that is Frostalion and Frostalion Noct. The black Pegasus melted into the night and vanished. So this, so basically, Frostalion Noct is one of the main legendaries. For a long time, like Frostalion Noct was like in a really weird position because it was an alternate form of Frostalion, which was one of the four main legendaries, but it itself wasn't considered one of them. But now we know it is. It is considered one of the main legendaries. So there are 5 main legendaries in the game. And then the Thunder Dragon. The Thunder Dragon, that one was really confusing. I wasn't sure if it meant Jetragon or if it meant Orsurk. Because when I think Thunder Dragon, I think of Orsurk. But then here at the end, it says, the dragon vanished beyond the reach of the flash, disappearing from sight. So after thinking about it, I think maybe it's called the Thunder Dragon due to the sound that it makes when it blasts off at supersonic speeds. Perhaps it was mistaken as a perhaps that sound was mistaken as a thunderclap, and it became known as a Thunder Dragon. So that's my best guess. So I firmly believe that these are supposed to be the main legendaries that we've seen statues of all around the world. So clearly, whether it was the Xeno King or the Xeno Queen, regardless of which it was, they were sealed away at the World Tree. They were sealed away. They were sealed away at the World Tree. Yeah. They were sealed away there at the World Tree, and that's why we can't get to it. The barrier around the World Tree was literally put there. The barrier around the World Tree was literally put there by the legendaries and by the ancestors of all of the different factions. They built the towers as basically keys. And we know this because of the opening message. Here we go. Okay, it doesn't say it. The towers are the key, the tree holds the truth. That is the line that is said on the device that we pick up at the start of the game. The towers are literally the keys to unlock the World Tree. By bringing each of the towers down, we are slowly bringing down the barrier around the World Tree. And once we've taken down all towers, then the World Tree will be accessible to us. But that also means that the Xeno leader will be free to finish its work and destroy Palpagos Island. But why Palpagos Island? Why does it stay here? I think it's because the Pals here at Palpagos Island is the only hope humanity has of beating the Xeno leader. I think that if Palpagos Island is destroyed, it will be able to go out and, destroy the world with its army of alien pals. So it needs to destroy Palpagos Island before it can conquer the world. And all of the Xenovaders and Xenoguards that we've been facing throughout the game, they are basically just coming down to try to destroy the factions, to weaken the factions, to weaken the factions, so that way when the Xeno leader finally gets out, no one will be able to stop it. No one will be able to. No one will be able to stop it. Will be able to stop it. Um, and we, as the player, we're just walking straight into its hands. We're playing right into its hands, doing exactly what it wants us. We're doing exactly what it wants us to do. It is tricking us into bringing down each of the different towers. By defeating the tower bosses, we shut the towers down. Their purpose has been served. And the towers shut down. So, and I believe there are 9 towers. I firmly believe that there are 9 towers. However, I believe we will only face 8. I strongly believe that we are only going to face 8 towers. Why? Mainly because of the roadmap that we got recently. Recently, we were given a roadmap for 2025 that says that the ending is going to happen this year. We will get the World Tree update, an ending scenario this year. I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon. I think that's going to be near the end of the year. I strongly believe that we will get one more island update. That's going to be roughly around here. And then a World Tree update will probably end up being a World Tree update will probably end up being right around here. Then the update for this island, I believe, is going to be I believe the tower boss is going to be an earth type, because the 2 types that we are missing are earth and water. We have ice. We have dragon. We have dragon. We have lightning. We have grass. We have dark. We have fire, and we have normal. I believe it's going to be earth for this one. I believe it's going to be Earth for this one, and I'll get to why I think it's going to be Earth in this one here in a minute. But then after that, we'll get the World Tree update, and then after that, after the ending scenario happens, we could potentially get one more update. That's going to be around here, and it's going to have a destroyed water tower. It's going to have a destroyed tower where the water tower guardian would have been. And the reason why I believe the water tower is going to be the one that's missing is because we've already seen what the water tower guardian would have looked like. In one of the early trailers for the game, we got to see what she would have looked like. So that was concept early on in the game. I believe that we will never actually get to fight her. I believe that we will end up just visiting her island and seeing it in ruins. And there's going to be like very few people there. Maybe there might be some stragglers. There might be some stragglers here and there that are going to be super aggressive when they see us. But it's not going to be like organized. And they're not going to have a leader. I firmly believe it's that, mainly because, well, I mean, think about it. Like, we don't know what an Earth Tower manager would look like. We don't know what an Earth Tower boss would look like. So we have to interact with them. That's one we have to interact with. But the water, we know what she looks like. So we could just find diaries around that island that tell us more about what she was like. But we have to meet an Earth Tower boss before the game ends. So I believe that there's going to be 8 tower bosses with a 9th one that was already destroyed long ago. So we're going to get an 8th. We're going to get one more island over here, and then the World Tree update over here, and then one final island update over here. And who knows? Maybe we'll end up getting another another 1 or 2 wildlife sanctuaries. Like maybe we'll get one here, one there. And you know what? Like, go ahead and throw in another oil rig right here in the corner. Another oil. Just have another oil rig. So yeah, level 55 oil rig, level 30 oil rig, and level 60 oil rig. Maybe have another oil rig that's like level 70. You have to be max level. But but as far as like how I think the game is going to end, we're going to have one more island update, defeat that, and then when the World Tree update happens, we're going to finally be able to go there. And there's going to be very strange pals there. There's going to be a lot of really strange pals there because after being sealed along with the Xenoleader for 1,000 years, life has mutated. And all of the pals in this area are going to be like not cute and cuddly, but very gross and disturbing and creepy. And it's gonna culminate in the Xenoleader being set loose, and we're gonna have one big final boss, where the tower boss managers are all going to show up. All 8 of them are going to show up, and they're all going to fight alongside us. It was 9 individuals, the leaders of 9 factions, that fought against the Xenoleader 1,000 years ago, and put it away alongside the 5 major legendaries. So I believe that you will have 8 of them show up to help you, and you will be the 9th one. So the battle is going to repeat itself. History is going to repeat itself, and it's going to be 9 humans, and the 5 major legendaries versus the Xenoleader, the Xeno King or the Xeno Queen, whichever one it ends up being. And instead of sealing it away, this time you're going to actually capture it. You're going to capture it this time. And I believe that I believe that when the World Tree update happens, there's going to be a craftable item that's going to be what is essentially this game's version of a Master Ball, where it guarantees 100% catch rate, no matter what. And you have to craft one of them in order to get the best ending, where you catch it. Like there's going to be a couple, and I believe there's probably going to be a couple endings, like one where you catch it, one where you simply defeat it and maybe seal it away. And I mean, if they really want to surprise us, they'll have a bad ending too, where you lose in the fight against it. But after the credits roll, you can always just try the fight again. because it'll take you back to before. It'll take you back to before the fight started. So, and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make this other prediction. I think that when we get this next island update, we're gonna get one more. We're gonna get one more raid boss. That's gonna be another Xeno pal. I believe that it's going. I believe there's going to be 5 Xenopals, a total of 5 Xenopals. So I believe it's going to be. I believe it's going to be. Let's see, Xenovator, Xenoguard, Xenolord, and then the Xeno King or Queen, the Xeno Leader, and then one other that we're going to get here. One other that we're going to get here. Who knows? Maybe the Xeno King or the Xeno Queen is going to be the one here, and then it'll be a thing where it is let's say the Xeno King, for example. If you end up getting the Xeno King in a raid boss here, as a raid boss here, then you basically are unable to breed with it because it is guaranteed to be male every time. It is guaranteed to be male every time, and you can only breed with it if you have a Xeno Queen, and then you'll end up getting the Xeno Queen as the final boss. You know, that could be interesting. Also, I also want to just kind of point out here we go. I firmly believe that there is some Destiny stuff at play. There is some Destiny stuff at play when it comes to the pals that the tower bosses have had. Because I strongly believe that there are some major hints that the different tower bosses were meant to find these specific pals. Zoe in particular, one thing she says in one of her entries stands out. That says that Grisbolt was captured, and then when she freed it, the two of them fought their way through the Syndicate and escaped. Like, Grisbolt was able to effortlessly fight through and escape. Like, it was so easy to get away from them. And it left Zoe wondering, how was Grisbolt captured in the first place? If she's this powerful, how was she captured in the first place? And so, and they had a bond immediately. And then Lylene and Lily had a bond immediately as well. When Lily saved Lylene. And Falaris. It's implied that Falaris may be on some kind of drug that Marcus is putting him on, but at the same time, it's also in the same journal entries. It's also implied that maybe Falaris is resistant to the drug. That maybe Falaris is actually sticking with Marcus. Maybe Falaris is actually sticking with Marcus for a reason. And then Orsurk and Alex, we have no idea about them. All we know is Alex likes to rap. We know nothing about him. We know he likes to rap, and we know he used to be part of the PAL Genetic Research Unit. And that's it. He became the new leader of the Brothers of the Eternal Pyre. But it's weird to call yourselves the Brothers of the Eternal Pyre and have a Dragon Electric type PAL. That's weird, right? So I think that the main reason for that is I really do believe the main reason for that is simply because, like, Orsurk and him had some kind of bond, had some kind of strange bond. Like he had to bond with a dragon type. And then Shadowbeak. Shadowbeak was literally created by Vector. He was literally created by Vector. Vector could have chosen any type of PAL to go with, but he chose Dark. He chose pure Dark. And then Silene, with Silene, it was written, it was written that Saya's ancestor, it was written by Saya's ancestor, something about the crescent moon guiding the way, showing the way to paradise. And Saya had no idea what that meant until she met Silene. And the two of them immediately had a bond. Like, the instant they met, they had a bond. I firmly believe none of these are coincidences. The fact that they had bonds immediately upon meeting these pals, and each of them has a different type. Neutral, dark, dragon, fire, grass, electric. This cannot be a coincidence. And Bastigor, ice. That cannot be a coincidence. There is no way that is a coincidence. This was definitely planned by the developers, 100%. This was planned by the developers for a reason. And I believe it's because there's some destiny at work, that that the Tower Guardians are destined to have pals of those types, because their ancestors had pals of those types. Who knows? Perhaps their ancestors had these exact pals as well. But I really do believe that destiny is at play with all of these, and that the tower bosses are going to play a major role in the final battle against the Xeno leader. So that's it. That's basically everything I have to say about Palworld, its lore, where I think the story is going, what I believe happened in the past that led to this. So, I guess I'll go ahead and mention one more thing. I believe that when we finally get the final update, we're probably going to have 24 more pals in the next update, and then another 24 pals in the update in an update after that. So the next update, the next island update, 24 pals, and then the World Tree update with another 24 pals, bringing us up to 235 pals in total. And then potentially after that, if I'm correct, and we will end up getting one other island after, kind of a post-game type scenario. If that ends up happening, then we could get another 25 pals in there to bring the grand total of the number of pals in the game to 260. And if we end up getting that, then Who knows? Who knows? In the post game, maybe it'll maybe in the post game island, maybe we'll end up getting another 5 levels, or maybe we'll end up, or maybe we'll end up getting 10 more levels, or none at all. But I believe that it's going to be somewhere from 70 levels to 80 levels in total as the max level. So yeah. So that's it. That's all I've got. That's it. That's all I've got. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good jazz. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this theory. Do you think it holds any water? Do you think I'm out of my mind? What are your thoughts on where the story is going to go? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to talk more about this with all of you. In any case, thank you all, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.